Welcome to Jurisedge Academy's YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to list down some important case laws for January 2022. This is part 1 of this video series. We'll also be releasing a part 2 where we will summarize the rest of the important cases for January 2022. So let's start this video and see what cases have been important in the month of January. So first and foremost, the important case is the State of Madhya Pradesh versus R.D. Sharma, which has been decided in January 2022. It's a 2-judge bench decision. It's a fairly short judgment, but it has made a very important observation that is relevant for CLAT PG, that is, equal pay for equal work is not a fundamental right which is vested in any employee. However, it is a constitutional goal to be achieved. So even though the judgment is very short, it is related to fundamental rights. It's related to Articles 14, 15, 16 and Directive Principles of State Policy. Therefore, I would say that this is an important judgment for CLAT 2022 May attempt. Now, the second important case which is very relevant for CLAT is Ashish Shaler versus Maharashtra Legislative Assembly. Now, this is a judgment wherein recently the Supreme Court, a 3-judge bench, has quashed the Maharashtra Assembly's resolution of suspending 12 BJP MLAs in its monsoon session for a period of 1 year. So it's a 3-judge bench decision. It's a very important judgment because it discusses the power of the Speaker, it discusses parliamentary privileges, and it also discusses about democracy and how parliamentary proceedings have to be conducted. So a very important decision from the viewpoint of CLAT PG 2022 May attempt. Before we move on to the next case, we have an important announcement that Jurisedge Academy is hosting a CLAT PG 2022 open mock competition on 6th February, that is Sunday, 3 to 5 p.m. The registration is entirely free. It is designed on the latest pattern for 2022. What you will get is that you will get an all India ranking and a detailed analysis of the mock test. So if you are interested, do register for the open mock competition by 5th February from the link given in the description box. Third important judgment is State of Punjab versus Anshika Goyal. Again, it's not a very lengthy judgment. It's a 2-judge bench decision, but the finding of this judgment is extremely relevant for CLAT PG. The court in this case has reiterated that Writ of Mandamus cannot be issued by the court to the state government to provide for reservation. In this case, the court has briefly discussed that the provisions relating to reservation are only enabling in nature, and therefore the Supreme Court or High Court's interference in this matter of policy has to be minimal. So this is a very important judgment so far as CLAT PG is concerned. Fourth important judgment is Neil Aurelio Nunes versus Union of India. Again, a very important judgment. It's a detailed judgment given by a 2-judge bench. It is important because it discusses important issues with respect to OBC and EWS reservation in NEET PG exam. It has also made important observations with respect to reservation and merit. So, as you know that there have been a lot of case laws coming on reservation, particularly from last year when we saw the Maratha judgment, and then we saw a few other important case laws in the last 3 to 4 years which deal with this exact concept. So this is why this judgment in connection with all of those recently important cases would be very probable to be asked in the CLAT PG May attempt. Fifth, we have Arunachala Gaundar versus Ponnusamy. As you know that CLAT PG has been testing family law concepts in both the 2020 and 2021 question paper, and this is why this judgment is going to be important for 2022 as well, because it's a 2-judge bench decision wherein the Supreme Court has decided issues with respect to how the property, that is the inherited property of Hindu female who dies intestate and without issue, how will that be reverted back to the source. So it's a very important judgment so far as family law is concerned because it deals with a very important and recent matter. Last in this series, we have GT Girish versus Subba Raju. This is again on an important area of contract law. However, this decision is very long and it does deal with Specific Relief Act as well as Transfer of Property Act. But this judgment is also relevant because it has made a very important observation on Section 23 of the Indian Contract Act. The court in this case has held that even a statutory rule would also be law for the purposes of Section 23 of the Indian Contract Act. So this is an important observation, and it will also make the contract law relevant and the surrounding areas in contract law which are related to Section 23. So these are the 6 important judgments for January 2022. We'll also be releasing a part 2 of this video to discuss the rest of the important cases for January 2022. Please note that these judgments are specially relevant for CLAT PG examination, and whereas there may be other important cases on CPC or arbitration law, but they are not going to be covered in these videos. So if you like this video, please like and share and subscribe to our YouTube channel.